From the Ticats Audio Network, this is Morreale and Hitch.
Oh my God, we're started. Rob Hitchcock, Mike Morreale and Hitch podcast, season, what is it, 3? 4? What?
Botko, you've been doing this, I think it's maybe 4.
3?
3, okay, 3.
Oh
maybe
God.
It's 2.
Maybe it should be 2, right on your chin.
2 on your chin.
But this is the 51st episode, Rob. This is what our illustrious executive producer, David Butko, has told us. Our 51st episode. We have no guest. We actually have nothing planned at all. This is
going to be a sorry one, I
this
think.
is not going to be good. This is not. But welcome to all our fans. You know, we heard we were not too long ago at our 25th reunion of the Grey Cup, and signing some autographs. You and I side by side, as that usually happens. Yeah. And I think I counted 2 people that asked about the podcast. There was 20-something thousand at the game.
I had 4.
4 people.
4 people ask us. And you know what? It needed to come back. This show needed to come back. And I said, well, we got to talk to the higher uppers and make sure that we're still employed with our huge contracts that we have. Big contracts. So we are actually holding out.
That's what's happening. That's why we've been gone. We've been holding out. Actually, we've been holding out because they wanted to get rid of Butko. And we said, no, that cannot happen.
If he goes, we go.
If he goes, we go.
That's it.
And now, David, are you? Let everybody see your beautiful face.
Yep.
Yes. No.
Yep.
No. What? Oh my God.
I can see him.
This guy.
Look at that.
We held out for this guy.
Are you wearing a Ticat shirt?
Yep. Yeah,
oh, very nice.
You must have stole that. There's no way that somebody gave that to you.
No, I'll tell you. I walked into the Outfitters, the little corner shop they got there at the stadium.
Did you just take it?
I took it off the shelves and I walked out and they said, where are you going? I said, I'm on Morreale and Hitch. And they said,
hey,
who?
It
worked.
And they said, who?
They said, who? And then I said, I'm on a show with Simone. They said, go. Just fine.
That is true.
Simone. Speaking of Simone, maybe we get Simone on the show.
Oh, wow. He's a ball of energy.
I don't think we would have much speaking.
There'd be a lot of air taken out, eh?
Well, actually, you two would be good because you would take it all anyway.
Perfect. It'd be good for the audience. It'd be.
I don't know, and might as well stay on this for a second before we get into the show. The show. Butko, I don't know if you heard this story, but when Mike and I were both let go in 2007.
Forced retirement.
It was a forced retirement. It was a business decision by the Cats, and it was a good decision. It was a good decision. I think they won 3 games that year. Just kidding. Anyways, long story short, Mike and I, 4 games. We retired the same day on Labor Day.
This is correct.
And I'll never forget it because we had our the stadium, of course, playing the Argos at Iverwood Stadium. It was jammed. And we had a great day, and then we got to speak. They had an extended halftime for Mike and I to speak, and Leslie Stewart was the host on the field, and she let Mike have the mic, no pun intended. And
obviously,
he took his time and did all his thinking, and all of a sudden I get it, and it's like, okay, you got 30 seconds. 30. Leslie's like, we got to cut this off. CBC's running the show. I'm like, oh, that's good. Thank you, fans. Gone. Oh, okay. Mike took the whole time. Took like 6 minutes.
Buddy, I needed to get that in. You've had your chance. We've already talked about this. You had your chance. Now your name's up on the wall of honor. You went and had your little speech. I don't remember what you said. Yeah, but you had a speech and your family there. Come on.
Well, that was different. That was when my name went up.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, but I didn't have the time to say really thank you to the fans. So you know what? All 78 fans that we have that were at that game in 2007. Some are probably not around anymore, but
probably not.
Thank you, fans, for coming and supporting us. Go. Thank you.
You've got your moment. I'm glad now because this has been bothering Rob
for quite
some time. That was how many years ago? That was
07.
2007. So do the math. Butko.
17 years.
16 years. 17 years. You're right. Butko. Carry the one. 17 years. What if
Your
we
lampshade, hey,
17 years?
his lampshade is right behind his head, and it's the
Where
same.
is it? Oh
look at that.
my God.
Still got it.
There's no way. There's no
Bucko,
way a year
Tilted
later.
just for you guys. Don't worry.
Oh my God.
we are going to get you a lamp. I've got actually tried to sell a lamp a couple weeks ago at my mother-in-law's garage sale. We had a couple lamps. I should just give it to you.
I should have come by.
Just a second. What do you mean you're out doing a garage sale selling?
So my in-laws on their street in St. Catharines, they have a street.
They have a nice street.
Yeah, gorgeous streets.
Very nice.
They run every year. There's like 60 houses that have these garage sales. They bring a food truck in and everything, right? So it's pretty well done. I go there, and Michelle says, let's bring a few things over. It's like 7 a.m. I said, really? Brought a couple things over, stayed an hour. 2 people came.
Of course.
Two. I said to my in-laws, everyone does stuff on Marketplace now. What's that? Everything's online. Everyone sells stuff online. They don't go to garage
Nobody
sales.
wants to see anybody's face anymore.
I know. They don't like it. But anyways,
So did you sell your lamp?
no.
Sell
I
it.
got it in the garage.
Okay. Butko, you are now being gifted a new lamp
Yeah.
with probably a shade that doesn't look like you're smoking butts by it all day.
Mhm.
Look at the darts. Reach over in the middle of the night. I don't know what you're doing. You got the padding on the walls, I said, to muffle the
Canada flag. Yeah, that's
Canadian
good.
flag. That's nice.
Canada
And what is
flag.
that? Is that like what is that behind it? That sign? Natural. Is that a natural beer?
Yeah, it's a natural beer.
Or
Neon.
an herb, natural herb.
Can you
A
tell me
neon
exactly why you decided to put that beside your bed? Is there
Oh, no, this is just a chair.
it's a chair.
Yeah, this is like a 1984 Lazy Boy recliner.
No, I
I'm talking about
understand
the
that.
sign.
The sign behind
Yeah.
your head.
Yeah.
Why is that there?
Well, where else would it be?
Well, probably in the garbage. Probably right in the garbage. Like it's a sign for what? Like what's the sign for? Does it light up?
Yeah.
Is
It's
it
a neon
important to
sign.
you? Oh, it's a neon sign.
Yeah.
Is this a good beer?
I don't know. I've never had it.
You just came across.
It's a free sign, Mike. It's a free sign.
You got a free
It's a free
sign.
sign. Yeah, it was
I'm
free.
going to give you some free stuff, just a product placement behind. We're not sponsored by Natural, whatever that is,
No.
at all.
You know what? They're going to be people that are watching the show. We're going to actually go and buy the natural
Yeah,
beer. So
I
we should
had
call.
to remove. Look at behind. I had to remove and put my head in a position so I hide logos
Everything.
behind me out of respect for the
Yes.
big money I'm getting paid for this podcast. I had to put stuff over here beside me. I'm hiding like with my once used to be a big neck, now my skinny neck, trying to hide stuff. And you're just blatantly putting product placement in your house. Lazy Boy, Natural,
Yeah.
some sort of egg carton situation, and God knows Kijiji. That lamp is a sign. It's a call out for Kijiji. There's something's going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, me too. Let's get back. We have to get back for the fans that came to that game
Yes.
to honor the '99 team. So I was unfortunately I could not make the Saturday night with the guys that went. I think they're at Moxie's, and as you know, I had a member guest 3-day. Yeah, it was a 3-day golf tournament, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and by the time we finished Saturday, I was not driving into Stony Creek. I just couldn't get there. But seeing the guys on Sunday, I think there was 20.
I think we
Maybe.
had 22.
22.
But we had some coaches, and then of course McCarthy was there. We don't know what to call him. But
No, he was wearing red, by the way.
Yeah, I don't-
red. Like, it's a Ticat reunion, 99 Grey Cup, and McCarthy's got a red. It was given to him it was a golf thing. It was like a windbreaker short sleeve that, it wasn't a short sleeve, it was a 3/4 sleeve that went down to his forearm. Tattoo. And, so he was wearing red, and you know what? It was great. We had a lot of local guys: T. Shaw, Jarrett, Obi. Grigor was Andrew Grigg was in a bass tournament.
he was upset.
So, but Grace and
Yes.
Jessica showed up and represented Andrew, and thank God, because the beer sales weren't as much.
No,
they just weren't.
stagnant. They were stagnant.
But what a day, though. I mean, how about Ozzy?
Oh dear God.
Hey, how about Ozzy and Cooler? I think they had their day in the sun with the Grey Cup. Cooler almost blew his shoulder out. He
Yeah.
picked. So for those who were there could see, we gave the cup was brought out by Mike and Danny Mack, and it was awesome. You know, Mike was the MVP for Canada, the Canadian MVP, and Danny, of course, was the MVP for the game. And it was awesome to see those guys bring that cup back out to us. And first guy who grabs it is Cooler. He tries to put it over his head, and his rotator cuff just popped out, and I thought he was going to drop it. It was heavy. I think it was the replica. It was heavy.
It was heavy.
He did not let that go for, I don't know, 3 minutes. Guys were trying to grab it and give it a kiss, and he did not let it go. Then Ozzy grabs it.
Yeah.
What's Ozzy do? Ozzy trots, could barely even move the thing, carries it right over in front of the Saskatchewan bench, puts it over his head, and basically says, "You guys are never going to get this. You suck." Get off this field. Oh, you can't make this shit up. You can't.
You would the faces that imagine the players on Saskatchewan who are looking at this lunatic, like he just got out of the asylum.
Yeah. He looked like it too.
He looked about, he was 100, and they're saying, "Who is this crazy old man carrying the Grey Cup over his head, telling us to go F off?" Yeah. It was brilliant. Then he went back after and did the pigskin Pete and did it again and walked over to the bench.
Oh my gosh! I don't think he was drinking though.
No, I just think that's Ozzy hasn't been out in a while. Ozzy needs a good weekend out.
How fun was that though to see some of the guys like Philbrick came in from the Caymans because he's living in the Cayman Islands right now. How nice!
Raka,
Hack. Yes. Oh yeah,
it was good.
And we've seen a lot of these guys over the last couple of years with some inductions and just bringing guys back. But it was the guys like Tim Terry, like those type guys that didn't make it up.
Archie, we haven't seen
Archie Amerson. Flutie didn't make it back up. So I mean, it's really tough. I mean, it was a great weekend for the appreciate the Cats putting this on for us. It was an awesome weekend, but I think Father's Day weekend is the toughest. It's tough on a Sunday with Anyways,
let's face it. They're tired of us. Let's face it.
They are.
Nobody else has won in 25 years. They're just tired. Like, how many times they got to bring us back? They're just tired of us. Listen, it's between the 20th anniversary, you going on the wall, Danny going on the wall, Darren going on the wall, Joe. We've had so many of these celebrations, which are amazing and completely well-deserved. But I think they're like, for God's sakes, can we just win another Grey Cup so we don't have to see these guys for a while?
Yeah, it's actually getting to a point where, come on.
It's nice, but
they've been there. How many? I think they've been there 5 times in the last 20 years.
Been there a while.
They've been there. They've been there a few times, and I'll always remember what's his name who ran back that punt or kickoff, Speedy B, and they got called back on that little push from the back. It wasn't push from the back, and he went all the way. They could have won. Should have won that game.
What happened?
You know what? They got to do it. I'm hoping that it's going to happen sometime soon because you're right. I'm. We're going to be 80.
I know we're
not far off. We're going to be in wheelchairs going on there for the 50th. We're going to be the 50th anniversary of the Ticats. There'll be 6 guys there.
So what do we expect for this year? What's on tap for this year's? Not the team. That's separate. What's on tap for this year's Morreale and Hitch? What do we got? What tricks do we got in our bag? Do we have any tricks left?
I think we've got a lot of tricks. We've got a lot of players that ex-players and some coaches that we're trying to get on this year to make it. We've talked about a lot of stories and people have heard all of our stories, but I think there's a lot more. When we talk to new guys, like get Archie Amerson on, there's a whole story itself with him, right? Andrew Grigg we could talk to again. We're probably going to get him on, get a couple guys on again. But the guys that have not been on yet, some coaches I think will be great. And I think this year, I know we're going to try to get some fans on as well. So those people that really, I've been asked abundance of times from people, hey, can I get on the show? And I'm like,
really? Are these your buddies that you play hockey with?
I got one buddy, Clarky, that wants to come on. Clarky listens. He does. He's like, when's your next podcast? I said, don't worry, it's coming up. We're just in a negotiations.
We're holding out. This is negotiations.
Negotiations. So, but so I think it'll be fun. It'll be a fun year. We're gonna stories and talk about life, talk about what we're doing, and we just go from there.
The good thing is the Cats and all the Ticats Audio Network have so much stuff, and this is not a shameless plug, but they have so much stuff and so many things to talk about the game. We don't need to talk about the game.
No.
That is so good.
No.
Because there will be times I missed the game. And it's probably good we don't talk about the game because I don't get a chance to see it.
Well, unlike you, I tape or I record.
What do you tifo the games?
I record them. Yeah, I record the games. I don't like missing them.
VHS?
No, beta. No, I got the little record button on.
Yeah.
So I actually do. I record every game, and I zip through the commercials and zip through a lot of the stuff, but I can't. Sometimes I can't listen to Glenn Suter a lot. I can't. Sometimes I love him, but he's been doing it for a lot of years. He's very good at it, great announcer. But some of the stuff he says about the defense is what they're in, what coverage they're in. I'm like, no, you're wrong. Why are you telling the fans that? It's not even close. He always talks about the safeties, right? Because he was a safety.
Yes.
Oh, he should have been over the top. Oh no, they're playing 2-man. He shouldn't have been there. It's okay. Like on the one, just little things. I sometimes I get drives me nuts. And
but when you watch a game, see, if I were to watch the game, which I've taped games before, or I've watched them later, I zip through the defense. I like just watching the offense.
Dude, I
watch the offense or just watch the defense?
Oh no, I watch everything.
Really?
Yeah. The little 30-second button that you have on your thing. So it's just one play, and it'll on the offense, and it goes right to the next play, and then the next play. So I don't have to really listen to anybody. Just watching the game quickly. It's actually good.
Perfect. Got some good announcers on this show. Duke Tasker, RJ Broadbent. I enjoy listening to them. Sometimes I'll catch that on the radio. I got to say, I'm a big fan of Luke. Obviously, his dad paved the way there, but Luke's good.
He is good.
And our old friend Andy Fantuz, do we know this? He's now, do you know this, Rob? He's now in the command center.
Yeah, I knew that.
Get him on and tell us what the hell goes on in that command center.
Yeah. We need a picture of it. Like, we want to see, is there like one TV in there, or is there like 30?
I want to know, what do you guys do there all day?
We should get it. Write that one down, bud. Go Andy Fantuz.
Fantuz and Simone. Those are two recent players, so we don't have to go back 30 years like we normally do because we're getting old. We can get some recent guys. Now that they're retired, they can actually speak to us. You know what I mean? They can give us the goods. Yeah. Because when you're playing, sensitive.
Do you really think, I know Andy was in an era that he probably had some beers after the games, but Simone, I know he's been there 10, 11, 12 years. I think he played 12. But in the last couple of years, I do not think there's beer in the locker room. No, my opinion. And it's not about the beer, but it was about the beer.
It was about the beer. Yeah.
The beer room.
The beer room. That's what's about Butko. You would have fit in, Butko. You're initially within probably 6-7 minutes, we'd cut the ponytail off your head. Guaranteed. Gone.
The great thing with Ronnie and Coach Sudsy, they always had 2 cases of beer right in the fridge. It was right beside me, you, Ozzy, and Greg, because we had the 4 of us were there. And Greg always high rent district. We had the fridge there, 2 cases, only 2 cases, 48 beers for 53 guys. And remember, because a lot of people didn't drink after a game. We did. No. First thing you did is before the speech was we cracked a beer. But remember, like Cliff Ivory and those guys, they used to come in. Eric Carter used to just shovel like into his bag at the end. I said,
he doesn't even drink.
He doesn't drink them. He brings them back to his fridge when he has people over. I'm like, you can't take the beer. That's for us. Oh no, I got family coming into town next week.
In your gym bag.
And it's a way. Oh,
speaking of family.
Yes.
You remember?
I know what you're going to say.
The same thing about Licks. The worst deal in history for Licks.
Do you know who it was?
Mark. Who went there? What? It's not. It wasn't Bonzo, wasn't it?
It was. I think he's still in. I think he still lives here in Toronto. I think. I'll get his name. But anyways, we had, just to put in perspective, at Licks, they were a sponsor, and the owner there basically
It's
said,
no longer, by the way.
no, it's no
It's
longer.
no
It's
longer.
gone.
They're
It's no
good
longer.
burgers.
They had good burgers. But he was the owner there. Wasn't it
Mark
Mark
Bowden, is it?
Bowden? Well, he was part owner of it.
Yeah.
Anyways, gracious enough to say, yeah, Ticats guys, players can go up and grab a burger when they want. Not every day, but go up once a week and grab it. And it was awesome. And this gentleman had his family in and brought like 12 people to Licks and ordered. And the poor cashier was like, I could just get yours. Oh, no. It's everyone. It was like $200 cut off. No more.
No more licks.
Come on. Who was it?
It wasn't Butler, was it?
Yes, Butler.
Was it Butler? I
Yeah,
saw
it was
Butler.
Butler.
So Butler came by my office, and he's actually a trainer. You would appreciate this for a hockey team. Like, what's the league that the Dundas Real McCoy's playing or whatever?
Yeah.
That league. He was named Trainer of the Year. He said, Mike, I don't know anything about hockey. I know nothing about hockey. But, he was training guys. They turned out to be their trainer. I think he plays up at
like their fitness trainer.
Dave Anderchuk. Yeah.
Oh, okay, not a trainer like Pusky.
No. He's not mending kneecaps.
No.
But, so he came by. He was pumped. He's like, I have no idea what I'm doing, but they love me. He was named Trainer of the Year in that league or whatever it was. So shout out to Dwayne Butler.
Yeah.
No more Licks deal, of course. Licks went bankrupt shortly after. I wonder why. Yeah. But there you go.
Oh, my gosh. Well, we've got I don't know if you've heard, but there's a big, July the 7th is a big game. It's called the Made in the Hammer. And it's Sunday, July 7th. I think 7 o'clock game, I think it is, against BC. And that's a good day.
You and I
don't know if you
Made in the Hammer.
Made in the Hammer. And Made in the Hammer goes back to, Hamiltonian, tough city, blue collar, bringing that hard defense. And I think it's going to be a phenomenal day. BC's coming into town on the 7th, and it just so happens halftime and post, I'm going to be doing an analysis.
Wow.
A little now, yeah. Not bad, eh?
That's, how many times have you given these analysis in your career?
How many times?
Yeah.
An analyst? Twice.
Yeah, how many times have you done that?
Maybe 2 times on your hair.
That's good.
No, it's radio.
Obviously.
It's radio, because I have a face for radio. So, I've done a couple.
Dad. Tell people about your dad. People don't know your dad.
Phil.
Some of our fans, but Phil.
God rest Phil. Been 11 years since he passed away in May. He was 41 years at CHML CKDS. So he had his own show. He was a producer, writer,
the announcer.
And the announcer at the Ticats games. And he actually announced when I was playing for 1 year, and they fired him after the 1 year because I had 64 tackles. I wasn't even on the field on special teams. Hitchcock makes the tackle. Oh, I jump up with my hands up. I got the tackle. But yeah, so he was an announcer for a year and big radio guy in Hamilton for a lot of years. And miss him. But I tell you, he's
footsteps.
One of the smartest guys I've ever known.
Oh, Phil is a legend.
You get him he gets you in a corner. We call it, got you in the vortex. He will suck all the wind out of you and talk.
He'll talk to you forever.
Best. But yeah, so I'm going to do that on the Made in the Hammer game on the 7th. So that should be fun. Are you going to be coming to that game? That's next. I don't even know when that is. A couple weeks. I don't know when it is.
That may work out. We'll see what we're doing. But maybe I'm just going to go and drive around in my car and listen to you. You should.
You should. Or come and take my spot.
Yeah. Bucko, what do you do on game day?
So I watch the game. I record highlights for people to use for whatever. And I also produce a couple shows. There's one called Just the Points. That is just the points of the game. I post the halftime show, the post-game show. That's what I do.
Where do you watch from?
I watch from here, from my house. Yeah.
Oh, from the.
Why don't you come with me?
Yeah.
I'll pick you up.
Yeah.
You can do it from the stadium that day.
I would. I feel like I could if I worked on a laptop, but I have a desktop computer here. That would be difficult to lug to Tim Hortons.
You have a desktop, eh?
Yeah.
Is that Is that
Well, the broadcast is on Tiger Cats Audio Network, correct? So it will be on Tiger Cats Audio Network. But you should be there with me.
I wish I could. It's very strange. The only Ticats game I've seen in person was the 2021 Grey Cup.
And what happened? Nothing good.
Yeah. So I'll never go again.
Stay home then. They lose when you're there.
I bet you, because you know why? They probably don't have a parking spot for you, Bucko. No. So yes, they don't.
No.
Parking's premium.
Yeah.
Matey, how the kids?
Kids are good. Everybody's good. But yours are old now. This is great. This is our catch-up time, eh?
Yeah.
So you know this. Our fans know this. Kiddos are good. Summertime, excited. Everybody's busy. It's life, my friend.
How old now? They're going to be.
Well, your goddaughter's going to be 16 pretty soon. So just don't forget.
I've given her 3. I've given her four gifts.
Don't forget her birthday.
No, September 28th. September 28th.
There you go. You got it. My little ones just turned 9 not too long ago.
Oh, yeah.
Your kiddos are going to university. What's going on with
Uncle Rob all day at the game.
Uncle Rob.
Uncle Rob.
She gets excited. She likes that.
It was nice. It was good.
She likes that.
Mine. Matthew just graduated from high school.
Wow.
So he's going to go back for a victory lap, which is good. He's 17. He's not 18 till September.
Let's talk about this for a minute. Yeah. When we went to school, obviously there was grade 13, right? OAC.
Yeah.
And then you and I took another trip around the sun there for a little bit. There's no way at 17 years old I was ready to do anything.
I didn't have a scholarship then.
No. When my daughter if she eventually graduates and goes to university, she'll start university at 17 years old. Yeah. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's not happening. So he's definitely going to go back because he wants to pursue golf. So, you get more mature, you get bigger. He's 6 foot now. He's probably 180. He's growing. So he's hitting the ball a mile. He's playing really well. He's really concentrating on golf. So I said, go back. Go back for a semester. Go to OFSA. He'll go to OFSA again for high school. And then next year, you never know.
Is he good enough to get a scholarship, you think?
He's got to put the work in. You got to go down to Florida. You got to go down. Right? Yeah, you got to go. I mean, you're not going to a D2, D3 school. You're not doing that because you got to pay. I'm not spending $60,000 US a year for him to go to school there when he can go to Humber or Niagara, which are phenomenal golf schools.
Oh, really?
Humber College is the best in the country.
I did not know that. See, shout out to Humber.
His buddy Sammy Root is a scratch golfer. A year ahead of him, went down to Humber and got into the golf program. Didn't make the golf team, but stayed in school this year. Like you're going down to play golf. They recruited him for it, but did not make the team. That's how good they are.
So will they play? They got to go down south to play in the winter.
Yeah, they play some. They play little Lupin States. They play a couple universities and colleges. They all play together, right? So it's a tight knit group. So he's going to do that. And Ava, she's going into her 3rd year of Brock already. So.
Well, you missed our golf outing when the boys were in town. Chippewa Creek.
Well, that's a good course.
Chippewa Creek. So listen, So Jackson, who is Danny Mac's son, who's a golfer.
Yeah,
he was in town with Danny, so I rolled down to play with him and Danny at Chippewa, and he's like, Danny's like, ask Jackson where he thought we were playing this tournament. He's like, it's a reunion coming into town. Where are you playing? So Jackson, where do you think you're playing? Hamilton Golf and Country Club. I said, okay.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Welcome to reality. Just be glad we got a golf time anywhere.
That course would be perfect for that group because they tore it up, killed it. Yeah. Ozzy still got the same staffs that he had, those staff clubs. I bet he's had them since 01. 100%.
Ozzy rolled up halfway through the golf in no shape to golf.
No.
0 shape to golf.
No. Hey, stay on the golf for a second. I was just, we had the Canadian Amateurs tournament. It's a 4-day tournament at our golf club at St. Catharines, and this is the best of the best in Ontario, right? So all the way from Ottawa, Montreal, and tons of guys from Toronto. And one of my nephew's buddies, Dave Lang, he's at a Donalda club in Toronto. And he came up last Friday. I took him up for a little practice round because he couldn't make the practice round on Sunday. Blah blah blah. So, anyways, long story. It's a 4-day tournament. I caddied for him. For 1 day. And Matesy, these guys. He played on the Canadian Tour. He's 36. He played on the Canadian Tour for 3 years. Still trying to grab the card and stuff, right, to try to go because these guys.
Oh,
I don't understand how good they are. There was one kid in our group, 15 years old, from Toronto. 15, Mike. When I tell you that this guy is 5'9", 115, maybe 120, maybe. I'm telling you, maybe 120 pounds. His arms, his legs were hanging up. Looked like a little boy. He's going into grade 11. He's already getting scholarship offers from Illinois. This kid hits the ball 300 yards down the middle. When I was there, he shot 37-34. Front nine, 37-34 in the back. And he ended up the whole tournament over. Tips. Oh, yeah, tips. Like farthest. These guys hit the ball. And it's so fun to watch because I was at the Canadian Open and I did the same. I was a shot length scorer at the Canadian Open, which was unbelievable. These guys hit the ball as well as this. So an 18-year-old from Toronto won it. So he was minus 15 over 4 days.
Jeez.
Okay? 4 days combined scores, he was minus 15 and won the whole tournament. 18 years old. He's got a full ride to UCLA or something. He's gone. Man.
And what did we do? Us stupid idiots played 12 years of football, got the crap kicked out of us.
Hey, 29.5.
Money in the bank.
29.5 my first year, and I had an agent. I paid him 3%. Remember? I lost $3,000.
Oh my God! How stupid are we? I wouldn't change it for the world, though. Never. I wouldn't change it for the world.
No.
My God. Hey, listen. Speaking of football, because I guess we have to talk some football. Have you seen these stupid helmet cover things? Oh my God!
I was at training camp. I saw him. I go, "What?" I said to Matt after. I go, "What is that?" He goes, "Oh, it's protection." I go, "Protection."
How does that protect anything? Your brain inside.
It's the stuff behind Butko's head. That's what's on it. Did you take all of them from the helmet and just stretch them out?
Butko sells them out of his basement.
Yeah, once training camp was over, I just collected it all.
So for those that are watching right now, you got these little foam things. They're wrapped right around the helmets, and they strap on.
You're wearing a duvet on your head, on top of your helmet.
Remember Kelso from Buffalo?
With the big double helmet.
With the big double helmet, they put a double layer in because of his concussions. Well, that didn't help.
No.
Oh my God!
But so the rule is, you can wear that padding in the game. I've yet to see anybody do it. But when somebody does that, that takes it to another level.
It might allow parents to let their kids play at an early age if they're
yes. Okay, so as an example for the younger generation, yes, I see it as an actual actually reducing what happens to your brains when you smash into the ground for someone else. I just don't get it. And you look like the great Gazoo. And most people listen to the show have no idea what that is.
No. Oh, they might, because big heart, big head. You know what it's going to take? It's going to take one star in the NFL to put it on once.
That's what it is. Who's going to be the first?
Yeah. And you know what? And it'll be a trend, and some people will do it.
But think about it, because those things, say you go to tackle somebody, your fingers get caught underneath that thing, and then, it's crazy to me.
And they're not hard. It's a soft.
No, it's not, yeah.
It's a soft, the stuff behind his head.
Butko.
We should throw you and see if you could stick
I would love to throw Butko into the wall.
And let him stick on that.
You ever see the David Letterman show and they used to throw the people with the Velcro onto that thing? Yep. We're going to do that with you, no Velcro.
Okay.
I like how you said throw the people. Very smart. That's
yes.
Good. Yes, very smart. The people. The small people.
Yes. People.
Oh, my gosh.
Listen. Well, I feel really good about the future of the show. Not so much today. Today, not so much. Today, we're just getting by.
It was a good catch-up. This is
the warm-up.
Yeah, it's a good
This is the warm-up of things to come. So if we look on the horizon, we're going to have some very special guests this year. We're working on some big ones.
Yeah.
Big ones, above Rob and I's pay grade. But we're going to make it work. We've thrown out a couple names of guys out there, some feelers, the Fantuzas, the Simonis. These guys got to come on. They can't be scared. They got to come on. They're not active anymore. They can be just like you and I. And I know, listen, Simone's an awesome dude. I still see him around town here in this Grimsby area. Fantus, when he first entered the league, didn't know much about him. Came with lots of hype. Remember, he started Saskatchewan. And then on one of the very first road trips, I heard a story about him. I said, okay, I like that kid. That had nothing to do with what he did on the field.
Yeah.
It's the good time he had off the field. So
hands, though, eh? Hands on him.
Oh, big hands.
Big hands.
Big mitts.
Yeah, big hands.
Big mitts.
I don't think, I tell you the truth, I don't know if Simone will come on.
I think so, eh? Well, he's the ambassador now.
Here's my thought on that. He might be dressing again this year at some point.
This is a hot take. Butko, you've had it here first.
Yeah.
There may be a time, and Rob, this is Rob's call, not mine.
My call.
But I think I agree with him that we may see Simone Lawrence on the field again this year.
Yeah. And then, okay, let me.
Yes.
I have to say this. This isn't anything that I've heard. This is nothing from the organization. He'd probably be saying absolutely 100% not. But I just feel, you know what? However the season's going, if it's not going the way they want, maybe Labor Day he comes back and makes a little change and brings some veteran status to the D again. That's just my call, but
okay, here's the deal. If it
probably wrong.
happens, Butko owes us lunch.
Okay.
Okay.
If it doesn't, we owe you a lampshade.
New lampshade. So Butko, lunch. Rob, where would you like to go for lunch?
Well, so you like Thai. Shakespeare's good. I don't know if you can afford it.
Team sponsor.
There's still a Licks in Perry Sound if we want to go there.
What?
Yeah, I was looking it up.
How far to Perry Sound?
2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
2 hours and 20 minutes.
We can get a couple episodes.
Let's just go to Weber's. Let's just go to Weber's. Let's go to Aurelia. We'll go to Weber's.
We'll go to Weber's. Who is, Butko, you're on the spot. Who is the burger partner for the Ticats? If there is none, we need to find a burger partner for this show. And we also need theme music. Have you created our theme music yet?
Well, as you can tell, my organ / keyboard is in the background has been relocated out of this room.
Keyboard?
It's in the living room now. It was rearrangement of stuff.
He has a party with Pre in there with his friends.
Oh yes, he does.
Yes.
And your chair, put some WD-40 on it. That's all I can hear is it squeaking.
Come on, Butko. So we got July 7th, Made in the Hammer game. You're going to be part of that. That's obviously a big time. Made in the Hammer means you're tough as nails. That's it. You come from Hamilton, you grow up tough, you play hard, and you win. Now
That's it.
Or whoever leaves. I think the best way to put it is when you play the Hamilton Tiger Cats, no matter who you are, when you leave that game, you're supposed to be battered and bruised and feel it and remember it for the next time. That's the way. That's Hamilton.
And that's been like that ever since we were kids, Mike. Watching
before
the games.
us. Oh yeah.
And it was even. I remember guys Sudsy used to put tinfoil on his forearms and then put the pad over top of the tinfoil and make it like a steel. And he used to hit guys in the head like that's tough. That's tough. I could never think of doing something like that. But yeah, as far as we can remember, when you come into Hamilton, defense is, it's hard nose, it's smash mouth. It's just when you hit somebody, you're going to feel it. And like you said, when you leave that game, you're going to be putting ice bags all over you. But we got to get back to that. I'm not saying they're not there, but they need a little boost. Made in the Hammer will start. Actually, yeah, we'll start in that game, July 7th, 7 o'clock, BC Lions.
7 o'clock. Rob knows everything. Hey, Rob's on the ball today because he's got a speaking gig. He's got to do his radio. Radio voice sounds good. Your head looks big in this camera.
I know. That's all I got to get a haircut for the game.
A lot of hair. We got to work on your lighting. David is not going to be happy with your lighting today.
How about his lighting?
Oh no,
even worse.
Listen, he's in the dungeon.
I look good. I think my lighting looks good. I got some paraphernalia in the back. Look, got my dad. I got a jersey. Got a couple things there. Look at that. Pretty good.
The bar is very low, fans. The bar is very low. But I think this about concludes it for today.
Yeah, I agree.
This is the warm-up. There's more to come. Believe me. Trust us. We've set the bar incredibly low on purpose. This is our 51st episode. Start of a new generation. It's our race to 100. You think we'll make 100 ever? That's a tough one.
Let's start with 75.
Fans, enjoy it while it lasts. This is Mike Morreale. David Butko's in his parents' basement. Rob Hitchcock. Oh, good luck. Good luck on the 7th, buddy. Made in the Hammer game. We're excited to be back. This is episode number 51. Tune in for episode number 52. Coming soon. The Morreale and Hitch podcast here on the Ticats Audio Network.
Peace out.
Peace out.
That's another episode of Morreale and Hitch on the Ticats Audio Network. Have a question or a comment for them? Email us at mnh@ticats.ca. That's MANDH@ticats.ca.